Wonderful. All right, great. So thank you all for meeting again. So let's start because time is a little bit shorter today. Let's start first with the names of people that were denied and refiled.
1 second. According to the street chat I shared with you,
Yes.
I checked it today and we had something like 40. 1 second, I'll check. Second. Rejected. So, yes, there are 44 people
Yes.
who got any denial with attachment document or not. So we requested to all of them to refile the parole request. So
Yes.
we can also can share with you this I don't know how's it the list according to the table if you want, or we can go one by one.
No, just share the list. I just wanted I have the list. It's
Hmm.
sorry, let me be more specific.
Hmm.
This is the final count. Is it the 44 people that or we still have some more people?
Actually, I'm not sure about it because, as example, we always explain the plaintiffs what they should do
Right.
or have to do. But by the way, even in this case, we said all of them. You have to request parole house release. You have to. Without it, you won't be released. And anyway, we found something between 5 or 10 people who didn't request the parole, send the
Yes.
parole. We text them again, guys, stop, please. If we text something, it's something have to be done.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Probably it's not a complete list, but in generally, if we summarize people who got denial, people who got the answer without denial, but it looks like a denial as I what do I mean? I mean like the answer include just according you have as soon as individual hearing you just I would text it. You have individual hearing soon, so and nothing else. So it sounds as a denial, but without any specification,
Right.
without any details. And we
Right.
have. Mhm.
Sorry. I specifically need just to get ahead of it. The people that actually did get a denial, not even if even if the denial is saying you have an individual hearing. Like I'm able to separate those out. I saw that from the list. And that's fine. But I actually the most urgent ones is the ones that had a denial based on one of the bases, right? Flight risk or criminal. So
Yeah. Mhm.
right, yeah. So those ones I have to make sure that they refiled. And when they do refile to let me know. So that way they know.
We
Mhm.
we requested them to do it yesterday.
Okay.
We directly indicated, please, who have a denial, you should refile on January 6th, on Monday. What was yesterday?
Right.
Uh, uh, we can double check it. I mean, as a all the plaintiffs who has a denial refile, but as I can see, they do.
Mike, may I have
Yeah,
yeah, may I have a quick question? By this
yeah.
hour, how many people completed the form?
229 people.
Okay, so it's a pretty good count. So we have about 250 which needs to be released, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
229 is a pretty good number, and from 229 is like 42 is rejected, right?
44 is
44.
rejected with specification or without specification.
Right.
So
Okay.
then, Abadir, I think we can say, okay, plus 5, minus 5. So like about 50 people
50.
have rejected. Yeah.
Right. And honestly, guys, that's exactly the right number because the government was saying 185 were eligible. So add 185 plus 44, what do you get? 229 exactly. You get exactly 229, correct?
Uh,
Do 185 plus 444 44.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, Abadir, at least if they completed the form, they know that they needed to refile. So we hope that they did it, and we had a multiple announcement that they need to do that.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So we can do a follow-up again with us on Thursday, either by email or Zoom, because I this is like urgent to me, because in the first lawsuit, several people that were approved in the affidavit, the government said they were denied parole, and then upon second parole, a second review, they were approved.
Mhm.
So this time I want to get ahead of that. So then, right? So if they denied them way back when on the affidavit, they have to address the original denial and then say what did they do about the most current refiling, the January 6th filing or January 7th. So that way we can get them approved on that one.
So that means that they have to upload on the folders, I don't know,
Proof of filing.
previous denial and current filing as
Correct.
well.
Yeah.
Even if they have denial and after that they refile. By the way, we need this previous denial, correct or not? Correct.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And I need that, like, I mean, tell them I'm trying to get ahead of it, right? So I need that as soon as possible. So if they don't get to them, just tell them that they will be fighting out for their parole at the end. Like it's gonna be like the last 20 or 30 people saying, "Hey, can you take a second look?" So they're gonna feel sad when they go to South Louisiana and they release 60 people and 20 of them stay.
We do say them a lot of information. We do say, we indicated it multiple times that they have to refile or they have to request parole release.
Yes.
We said them a lot of times.
Okay.
By my opinion, maybe 90% of them did it.
Yes.
But even we tax them, please
Yes.
refile. Even if we force them, please refile. Even we start to argue, blaming, shaming, doesn't matter. Probably there will be 5 or 4 people which won't do that.
No
Which
problem.
won't do that. We can take responsibility for people. We send all the information, which we can try to control it. But by the way, there will be like a 5 or 4 or 6 people who won't do that, and after that, we'll be blaming, shaming, and argue with everybody and complaining why nothing happened with us.
No problem. Yeah, that's not a problem. As long as you guys do your part, because when Utkar and I go next Monday, I'm meeting with the people as two groups: people that have the pending parole and they haven't had any decision, and the people that had a denied parole. So I will meet with those people who, if I have a list of those that did not refile, then I will tell them face to face, listen, this is what's requested of you. This is for your own case. It's for your own good. If you don't do it, it's only you to blame. Like we've told you, and now I'm physically here. You can even hand me the parole request if you want, and I'll go down the hall and file it. It's no problem. But you have to do this for your own good. So just tell them when I come, that's how we do it. If Bella can speak to this, because she knows when we went last time, we spoke with people individually, but then we did them as a group because the room is big enough to take on a group of people. So because it's going to be 86 people in South Louisiana and another 35 or so in Wynn. So I'm just going to do it in groups. So of the 86, if like 50 of them already have parole pending, I'll just do 2 conversations and then another 20 with the people in the room. So just tell them that I'll address this with them too Monday when we're there.
No problem. No problem.
Right.
We will request information that they had a denial and they refiled parole.
Right. And then tell them that we need those proof of submission latest Thursday.
We requested this. We requested this information. Yeah, we requested for all of them, to convert all denials and new requests in PDF file and upload to their folders in a Google Disk. Every plaintiff has a folder, and we requested them. create new folder, latest parole denial and request, and please upload just 2 documents if you had a denial and I don't know, and request.
Right. Yes. Okay, perfect. So
I have one question. So as far as I understand, right now we are asking people to refile if they have a rejection of their parole.
yes.
They attach their submission. On this like on June 16, I submitted the parole request. So we have this proof, and also we're gathering the latest parole rejection. So, for instance, if they applied yesterday for parole, but they don't have their new rejection yet, should they attach their latest rejection that they have right now?
Yes. Only I want the most current rejection denial that they have, plus the refiling. That's it.
Okay. And
Right.
if they received a new rejection after that, they will just add more documents to this folder, right?
Correct.
Okay, so
Correct.
we just want to make sure that currently they attach their current rejection, they refile, and if they got a new rejection, they attach it to the folder rejections.
Yes.
Got it. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for clarifying.
And I don't think they're going to get a new rejection before the government makes their
they can, because some ICE do this, like after
quickly.
30 minutes they send a reply, okay, your parole was rejected.
Yes.
Like some of them, they have automatic responses. So
right.
For this, we have a strategy. Okay, let's do it for 3 days in a row, and to show that, okay, this is how they what they do with the parole request. They just reject it every day after 30 minutes of a request.
Yes. Okay, that's perfect. But I need it as soon as possible.
Hey,
Yeah, we will hurry up them.
just want to add, for those who's getting like rejection in 10 minutes or 20 minutes, maybe it's better not to email directly to the ICE officer with whether they think, oh, my email is not monitored, I can do whatever I want. It's maybe best to email the outreach, not to the ICE officer at the bottom of the level. He thinks, okay, I can write, I can say whatever I want. It's not monitored anyway. So if you send to outreach email, it's more official, it's more going to, it's visible to a lot of people.
Actually, no, sorry, Utkar.
No?
Actually, what I want is opposite for those people that are doing, those officers that are doing immediate denials, right? Without either email them and then CC me, right? And in the email, say I'm refiling my parole request. By the way, I'm a plaintiff in the Tereshchenko v. Mayorkas lawsuit. And then when the MCC, that ICE officer has to, respond back and put me on the chain, then if he says, oh, denials, immediately says that, I'll respond and I'll say, I'm going to use this as an exhibit. How could you do a denial in 6 minutes, 5 minutes?
Okay.
Yeah.
That important thing, then put that notification that this plaintiff is in Tereshchenko versus, Mayorkas. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys understand that, Michael and Ekaterina?
Yes. So we need to put that this person is in the lawsuit and CC you, so you get this rejection too.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Yeah, because so the government filed some papers, and I'll get to that in a second. But because remember we have conversations and negotiations back and forth about releasing plaintiffs and timeline, etc. But in their filing to the court now, when they file to the court, they're representing a certain truth that they're held to, right? And then they said, okay. In addition to the 2009 parole directive, which plaintiffs seek to enforce, does not apply to some plaintiffs. That means the people that got denied. Other plaintiffs' claims are moot because their parole applications have already been adjudicated, have already been processed, right? So they're not telling us right now, step by step, who it is, but they're already telling the court, beware, in the next, week or so, we'll be showing you who's been approved and who's not eligible. So, since they're already gathering their list, we need to have our list gathered too, so that way we get to it before they get to it.
Okay, so let's clarify. Everything what we need to do right now is prepare the list who had denial and definitely refile the parole request. first of all. After that, you need confirmations as a PDF file of email sending to ICE officers. You need the confirmations that they do refile or did refile their requests.
Correct. Yes. And the reason why the Excel sheet is helpful is that for the Excel sheet, when I write an email to the government, right, I'll say these 44 people got a parole denial previously, they have refiled, right? And so that puts it on their radar. They know who I'm talking about. But as I've said to you guys multiple times, ICE lies to the government attorneys. So in the first lawsuit, they kept saying, oh, this person doesn't have a parole pending. Oh, this person, is already ordered removed. Oh, this person, some excuse every time. So for those that they come back and say, we don't have a proof of a parole, I have the proof, and I can just do a follow-up email individually saying these people, here's their proof of parole. That's why I need both. One for the list to just give them a summary of who refiled, and the actual proof of people refiling.
Okay, how we can share with you, like create a new Google folder with proof documents?
Yes, yeah. Create a Google folder and then put me and Utkar on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what about 9 people who got denial without any denial? What do I mean? That they have soon individual hearing. What we can do with them?
They have no paperwork, right?
Oh,
those people never received any paperwork. Yeah.
They received only like an email with indication that you have as soon as individual hearing.
Send me those emails. They never got a formal denial from US from ICE, correct? Not a formal denial saying your parole is denied because of flight risk or
No.
It's like just you have as soon as individual hearing.
Yeah, like we decide to keep you because you have a hearing soon.
So make it.
We have several people from first lawsuit, like Bella, which never got any documents, and like status is unknown.
Right. And so for those people, I'm going to continue saying the same as with Bella, saying we never got an actual denial. So as far as we know, legally speaking, they still have an open parole application. But send me those fake denials that say, you have an individual coming up in a separate Google Drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Abadir, then we have another important question. For some of the plaintiffs, yes, they can request the parole using the email, but and get rejection or any answer like through the email. But for some of them, it's only using this internal ICE system, this devices that they have in detentions. Telmates, or I don't remember how they called. So they make a request to their ICE. Hey, I filed a parole request. Do you have an answer for me? And ICE says, no, your parole is rejected. But they could not extract this reply. They could not send it to their relatives, or they could not share it with us so we can upload it. So what can these people who got the answer in detention, what can they do?
Can they mail it to me?
How can they email this to you?
No, not mail, not email, mail.
It's on the devices.
Oh, and they can't. Well, last time people with the devices, they're not able to screenshot it or not able to.
No, this is like they're using the internal devices to talk to ICE. ICE replies to them, and everything is kept in this device.
And then what is ICE telling them? That they're denied?
Yes, that they are denied.
Again, it's going to be the same thing. If I don't have a proper paperwork for the denial, then it doesn't count.
Can these plaintiffs ask for the paperwork or some paper which says, okay, parole is denied?
Yes, that's what they should do in the system right there. And then all those people that have those type of situations, have them write affidavits, and then we'll pick it up when we see them in a week, or less than a week, actually.
And to clarify, if ICE tells you in person your parole is denied, it's not an answer, right?
Absolutely.
We only accept written communication.
Yes. Formally with the parole denial notice. That's the only true and correct form. All this is an example of them breaking the law. This verbal, this email, all of that is bullshit. It's not the law.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And if it's in South Louisiana or those detention that we go, we can ask the ICE in person at that detention
Right.
if there is, so
An
such
actual
a denial.
determination. Right. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, the last thing I wanted to address, and I'd spoken to Mikhail about it, is the confusion with Curtis sending the updates with the group chat. So as I said last time, Curtis is local counsel. When you file a case in certain jurisdictions, you need to have a local attorney to say I stand in for this person, right? Because I'm not admitted in America. Every court has that, it has to be admitted into it, right? So he's the my local counsel, and over time, he was getting more involved and speaking to the you guys, speaking to different people in the group. Last time we spoke about how he was taking a straw poll for possible third lawsuit. So whenever I speak to you guys, I give you guys the updates. When we were talking with the government and the courts about it, they gave us a January 31st, 10 a.m. Preliminary injunction hearing. Now, the clerk said there's a likely chance that it's February 7th and gave us a February 7th date, but said you're most likely going to be good for January 31st. So we went on, we filed our papers, we have to put in our safe date. So by him presenting that and not giving context of what's going on, it causes, uproar with people. And I spoke to them, I said, listen, you can't send a message without giving further explanation. The reason we have these updates with you guys is because like this, you guys are very organized. The Russian community is the most professional, organized, well put together. You guys have your questions ready, so we have a discussion where we talk in detail about every little aspect of the case. If it's not a certain community where I could just write a message and then run away, like it's gonna cause more disinformation, more confusion, and more frustration. So I said, you can't say something. With the discovery hearing, we had it set before our judge, but he gave it to the magistrate. And the magistrate said, the government wrote on their thing. Most of these cases are moot. They gave it to the magistrate, and he set it for the 15th. Above all else, though, the most important thing is the continuing conversation with the government about when people will be released. And that's always been on par. We filed the case November 14th. Not the amendment, the original case. Today is not even 2 months. Today we're at 7 weeks. 60 days is the minimum that the government has to act by. Anything before that is gravy. Everything after the 60-day mark to the 90-day mark, that's where they really have to get everything completed. First lawsuit, we filed September 9th. 2.5 months to the day on November 25th, the entire case was completed. So we're still on track, well beyond the 60-day mark. We'll be fine well before the 90-day mark. I know people are frustrated. They're in detention. I read their affidavits. I understand what's going on. I'm visiting them. I told Curtis, you're helping out as local counsel, but it's my responsibility. This is my case. If this case does not go well, it's on me, right? They're not going to call Curtis. They're not going to call Mikhail. They're not going to call Ekterina. They're not going to call Karen. They will call me because I signed a contract with them. I took their money. I understand that responsibility fully, right? That's why I go out of my way to go visit them. That's why I go out of my way to have the meetings with you guys, to do my cases, to prepare for the hearings, because it's my responsibility. I took it, and I'm willing and ready to deliver to the best of my capabilities.